Kennywood's open in November. No, really, Kennywood's open, and we're taking you through the tunnel and into the park for a conversation with Nick Paradise, Director of Public Relations and Social Media at Kennywood Park, discussing Kennywood's Holiday Lights, opening this Friday at the park. I'm Brian Crawford for PGH Museums, and I'll be asking Nick Paradise a few burning questions. Will any rides be operating for the Holiday Lights season? How many miles of extension cords are used to make the magic happen? And how many light bulbs are screwed in to light the park up? We'll learn all of this and more at pghmuseums.org right after the break. No light bulbs or snowmen were harmed in the production of this video. This production for PGH Museums is made possible by our members and affiliate museums, such as the Punxsutawney Weather Discovery Center. Become a tornado, make a thunderstorm, be a TV weather forecaster. You could do all of this and more at the interactive Punxsutawney Weather Discovery Center, located in the home of Punxsutawney Phil. Learn more at weatherdiscovery.org. Here at Kennywood Park with Nick Paradise, and we're getting ready for the Holiday Lights. We're standing in front of a giant statue of Santa Claus. He's shushing the kids to be quiet, but that's probably not going to happen during the Holiday Lights here at Kennywood, is it?
No, there's definitely a lot of activity and noise, and holiday music, of course, is a big thing that we have during the season. We'll have two big holiday shows that we do. Every half hour is the big Holiday Lights shows, which is around the lagoon area. A giant light display. It's all coordinated, synchronized music, 8 to 10 minutes long. That happens every half hour. So that's really one of the biggest draws. Just coming here to see the lights is a great thing that we have here. Close to 2 million lights that'll decorate.
2 million. 2 million light bulbs. That's insane.
It's a lot of work. It's kind of gradually grows every year. When we started Holiday Lights, it was close to 1 million, and so we've added significantly over that time, especially when we added the 100-foot Christmas tree a couple years ago. That does 250,000 LED lights on it just itself. So it's quite a display, and we try to build it up every year, so we're adding a little more every year.
And that Christmas tree, from my understanding, is the largest in the state?
Yeah, it is the largest tree from what we've been able to find. It can sometimes be hard to do the digging and the
sure.
But from what we've been able to find, it is the largest tree in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
At 100 feet tall, and it is not it's not a live tree. I had to answer that question earlier this week. It is an artificial tree, but it's still a tree.
Well, can you imagine if you tore down a 100-foot tree every year?
It'd be hard
to
find a 100-foot tree every year.
Yeah,
for sure.
then you'd have nature activists coming at you.
Absolutely,
everything
yeah.
else.
So this tree is it's a little more durable and reusable.
So those lights, 200.
Close to 2 million, yeah.
2 million, yes, yeah. 2 million lights. Now, you mentioned that the extension cords, how far do they reach? If I were to attach all the extension cords?
With all the extension cords that we'll use to set all these displays up, it's about 12 miles, and so that's enough really to run it from Kennywood all the way down to Heinz Field, if you can picture that. And similarly, we use a lot of aircraft cable wire. If you see any displays that are kind of dangling, kind of seem like they're floating over your head, like we do a tunnel of lights to kind of extend the park's entrance tunnel. That's hung with aircraft wire that's strung to the buildings around the area, and then the lights are twinkling over your head. They're synchronized. It's a really neat display. One of the biggest draws and most popular photos that we see on Instagram.
I can imagine. We were coming in to take some video of you guys preparing, and I noticed that as we were driving through on a cart, and I thought, wow, this is going to be really interesting. I imagine that's really impactful, and first impressions are so important, and I can't think of a more impactful first impression than that.
Absolutely, and that's generally what you want to catch people's excitement and attention right off the bat. So you hit them with some of your best stuff right away, and that's a big part of what we do.
Well, I think even the tunnel on a normal day, it has that effect because it's almost like coming through the Fort Pitt tunnel, and all of a sudden the city jumps out at you. It's like you're coming through the tunnel, and then there's Kennywood.
Yep, you're coming from the outside world, and we want that tunnel to kind of be a transition. You're leaving the world's weariness behind as you come through, because on the other side are roller coasters and rides and homemade fudge and potato patch fries and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and then we're here right next to the kangaroo. I'm trying to say jackrabbit, but I'm like, no, it's the kangaroo. Right next to the kangaroo. It's going to be open. I was shocked to find out that there are rides that are going to be actually working and active during this event, because I just assumed it would be too cold for any rides to be
running.
Yeah, we do have not a lot of rides, but we do have a good number of our family and children's rides open. You mentioned the Kangaroo, the Maryground, the Paratrooper close to us right now as well. Those 3 are open, and 3 of the kind of workhorses during the holiday season, and really all throughout the year. They run through all of our operating season pretty much at this point. And then Kittyland in the Thomastown area with the train. The train's always one of the most popular things at the holidays. Those are both open as well. We have the 4D Theater showing a 4D movie. This year it's going to be Rudolph and 4D. It's a shortened version of the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer classic, and that's a good opportunity to warm up too and enjoy the movie. And then things like the pirate ship Ghostwood Estate will be open most nights. So there's definitely, you're not going to find the roller coasters, you're not going to find the big thrill rides, because definitely due to both the weather, just being too difficult to operate in the weather, and also we need the time to do the off-season maintenance on a lot of these rides, so they can't be open through the whole stretch of the year. But we do have a number of children's and family rides, so there's enough in there to enjoy the park and add to the experience. But definitely the lights are the big draw for Holiday Lights.
And those rides that you guys have chosen to be open, I know part of it's due to what you can open, but I feel like they fit this atmosphere with the lights and the holiday, the different holiday that are happening around this time, whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, those types of things. It does kind of fit that mood, the idea of going around the merry-go-round with the snow falling. I feel like that's kind of a really timeless image. I can just picture it in my mind.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we serve several different demographics at Kennywood. When you think of the summer season, you have your families, and you also have kind of your thrill seeker audience. This is not an event, Holiday Lights, not an event for the thrill seekers. It is a family event, family atmosphere. So to have those family rides available that are giving a little bit of excitement and thrill and spice, but not so crazy like the roller coasters would do. So it does add to the atmosphere, and to see, like you said, all the lights from the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round's always lit up. It always is a piece of art, and so it really adds to the holiday atmosphere. We'll just exchange out the normal lights to do the reds and greens and whites that give it that kind of Christmassy feel, and it'll be playing carols on the band organ too. So it really does add to the atmosphere and add to the scene, and it's really a great treasure that we have here. It's one of the things that can be overlooked or taken for granted, but our merry-go-round really is a special piece of Kennywood all throughout the year.
And I think it shows the amount of detail that you guys put into this event, the fact that you would change the lights out on existing rides to create that atmosphere that you want to project.
For the most part, the colors that you might be used to from the summer season, or even if you see it during Fright Nights, we change the lights for Fright Nights even to give that kind of Halloween feel. To do that again during the holidays, that's to us part of the commitment to theming and attention to detail. We're not, we didn't open these events to cut corners and just do it as quickly as possible. We want these to be high quality events that people want to come back to year after year. And so far, that seems like that's been the response we've seen from the public, so we're really happy with that.
Speaking of which, 2 million light bulbs, how long does that take to set up?
It's definitely a big process. It's something that once we get everything set up for Halloween, we'll start transitioning right away to, during the week when we're not open, start setting up for the holiday lights. So they'll have crews going around in man lifts wrapping lights around the trees during the holidays, or during October and September, which is nice because it's not as cold then too. And then once Halloween ends, it's really a mad dash to take down the Halloween attractions, especially those that are in areas that are open for holiday lights. So take those down and then quickly start getting all the light displays up and in place. So it really is a big rush, and our team really does a good job, and just about everything will be in place come Friday. There might be a few things that will wait until next week, but just about everything will be in place. They'll go through tonight, Wednesday. They'll go through this evening, turn everything on, and walk through the whole park and make sure, take notes what needs, what might have been burnt out or not connected properly, or what things still need to be done. And then Thursday, Friday, they'll tackle all that stuff. So really a great effort by the team here. I can't say enough about what they do to get this place ready.
There's people working everywhere.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part of the holiday lights?
I think just coming in here and seeing the atmosphere. It's something that you can it can wear on you. It can be a grueling place to work at times, just because it kind of never stops. And people come here and they have high expectations. They really want to have fun. They expect a lot. They pay a lot. I understand. They want to have a great time. So that can be challenging, but no matter what, the people's moods are just everyone. It's just the season really seems to capture everybody, and so everyone's just in a really good mood. And to do something like we'll have for the big tree, a lighting ceremony about 5:45 each evening, short enough time for people to get in before and make kind of a little spectacle of the tree lighting. And so to do that big countdown, and then as they flip the switch and all the lights come on in the tree at once, you have 100 feet of all of a sudden is glowing where it was previously dark, and to hear the cheer that always goes up and the excitement that goes into that. That's usually my favorite part.
Come experience it yourself. For pghmuseums.org, I'm Brian Crawford with Nick Paradise. Kennywood Holiday Lights, you don't want to miss it.
Step back in time and see history through the lens of a camera with 2,000 cameras on display at the Photo Antiquities Museum of Photographic History. Historic photographs of the Civil War, Native Americans, the World Wars, lantern slides, spirit photographs, stereo views, and more at the Photo Antiquities Museum of Photographic History. Learn more at photoantiquities.org. Photo Antiquities is an affiliate of pghmuseums.org, made possible by our members. Become a member at pghmuseums.org/members.